Yeah. You know what this is? It's not a movement, it's the only thing moving, huh? Dig that? Okay, oh yes, the war is coming. The gap keep growing with the wealthy and the slumming. So I use my mental riches for digits to keep them running till my chips come around. Yo, like a Funyun, bite down, get a taste of that Midwest flavor. While I'm at it, let Mr. Rogers just shout out to my neighbors. I ain't mention the journal when I say wake up, get paper. Not talking about Kobe when they mention a great Laker.
Hey, we live. We back with another episode of Unlabeled podcast. I'm your illustrious host, Jerome Williams. I got the whole team, well, part of the team with me. Montre Brown is missing today. He might join us later. But I got my good brother, Kendall Watson, in the building. How you feeling this week, brother?
Well, fantastic. Looking good, feeling good. Hungover from last night, but had a great time.
That's what's up. I also got my good brother, Sidney Blaze, in the building. How you feeling, brother?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man.
You too relax, bro. Get that energy up, bro. All right, you know how.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Hey, whoop y'all kids. Whoop y'all kids.
Yes, kids need an ass whooping. That's why we 20 minutes late right now.
Whoop y'all kids.
Whoop y'all kids. I don't know if we should say that on YouTube, but listen, we'll spank your children, or if you can't.
Whoop they ass.
put them in timeout. Put your children in timeout. I also got my good sister Leslie Brown in the building. How you feeling this week, sister?
I'm good. I'm definitely on the FTK train and whoop these kids' ass because me and my 3-year-old just went toe to toe. I almost forgot she was 3. She was about to slam something. So look, she better relax the rest of this day.
It'd be so funny beefing with a little person, dog. They do not give a fuck. They don't
stop. Like she knocked my damn background down and she just went crazy. I had to raise my voice. And then, of course, after I did that, she's screaming and hollering like somebody tried to kill her.
Yeah,
whatever, child.
They playing the victim. You victim blaming right now.
She her daddy daughter.
Hey, listen, dude, you gritted your teeth so hard just now. She was like, I see that. Oh man. But listen, y'all, we got a pretty lengthy docket today. We got like a myriad of topics. I mean, you can look and check out where we're going in the description. But before we do get started, since we on YouTube and we ain't been live in a minute, please click the like and subscribe button. Also, I think we streaming in multiple places. I think Facebook, we on Twitter, and we streaming on. So wherever y'all at, man, click the links in the description, man, and show us some support. But how was y'all weekend, man? Before we get started, because this is the last day of the weekend. A lot of y'all got to go back to work tomorrow. How was y'all weekend?
My weekend was cool. We celebrated my granny. Her birthday was Wednesday, so this was our first birthday without her. So we had family like taco night Friday at my aunt's house, and we had a really, really good time. I don't know, those of you who are watching that knows me, Kendall has been to a family party to know how we really get down. Like, we have a ball. So we definitely had a good time. We celebrated. My mama she cried. She was like the only one to cry a little bit, but everybody else was, you know what I'm saying? We was trying to act tough and stuff. You know, I cried in the car, but that's my business. But all in all, it was a really, really good weekend.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad y'all was able to enjoy it. You know, in lieu of the situation and whatnot. You know, rest in peace, grandmoms too, by the way.
For real.
Yeah, it's my girl.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, let's say y'all, anybody else got anything to add on how y'all weekend was? Catch the listeners up. How your weekend was?
My shit was chill, man. I went to Central Station last night. That was a good time. You know, so any Atlanta residents that live here, I'm sure you know already about it. If you don't, definitely go on the weekend. It's always a good time. And then on Friday, I went to Bigelow's. No, Thursday I went to Bigelow's. Anyway, Bigelow's.
Kendall been outside.
Bigelow's is also a good time. Usually for that fish fry, even though they don't do it just Fridays, they just make it anyway. Yeah. But their fish is always good. So. Good time and cheap drinks.
You heard Kendall with the sexy voice on. Yeah, man, I went to Bigelow's. He's still tired.
Yeah, that's when that voice come out when I'm tired.
It's all good though, man.
I ain't do nothing but watch sports this weekend. That's all I plan on doing.
Oh, that's a vibe right there. Oh. My bad, I was plugging my phone in, but that's a vibe right there. So man, let's get into this first topic. Kendall, I know you tired, brother, but I'm live it off the backboard for you. You had the first topic on the docket this week about single women outpacing single men in home ownership. So I'll pass the rock to you, brother.
There was an article out of New York Post, real estate. So the most recent U.S. Census Bureau data published last month by there's a business platform by the name of Lending Tree. Yes, like you said, single women are more likely than their male counterparts to own homes in all but 3 states. Those 3 states are Alaska, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Study finds that single women own about 2.7 million more homes than single men in the United States. Women are currently at about just under 11 million, while men are at 8.24 million. This equates to single ladies possessing about 12.93% or 13% of America's housing stock, over 10.2% owned by single men. Now, some say, how is this the case considering, U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that the median weekly earnings among women are only 83% of those of men. So just in terms of like gender pay gaps, things like that. But the Lending Tree suggests that though it's relatively sparse as far as the data is concerned, there's evidence that single women are more willing than men to make sacrifices to become homeowners. They also added that, quote, women typically live longer and are more likely to report being widowed than men. So they're more likely to be widows versus men. It's likely that some women are single homeowners as a result of that, because basically they're outliving their spouse. This also helps to explain why single women homeowners are typically older than their single male counterparts, even though the pay gap is wider for older Americans. So the pattern is most significant in Delaware, where single women own about 15% of households. Next up is Louisiana at 15.1 or 15.2, I should say, and Mississippi at 14.8, or you could also round that up to 15% as well. The only state that let me see. Although they don't outpace single women there, New Mexico has the highest rate for home ownership for men, which is at about 13% as well.
Okay.
So yeah, it's definitely in lieu of Women's Month, I wanted to bring that to the forefront and shout out to the ladies out here getting that home ownership, developing that.
Salute.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, one factor that they ain't mentioned in there was if we talking about single men and single women, I think single men spend more money than single women, especially if you like trying to get a mate, you going out on dates, you spending money. So that discretionary income that they got, that's a gap there too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's because they said that, like I said, women are more susceptible to buying homes because they take more sacrifices. So I would assume that's
Right.
because they probably shoulder the load of being parents, right? Or they have more. They usually tend to have the kids. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely reasons for that, whether it's child support or, the breakage of the families or whatever, or whatever. There's different various reasons I would assume for single womanhood with in terms of having kids. So I think that's also a sacrifice too. They probably more susceptible to be like, okay, instead of being in this apartment, let's try to get a home for these kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Instead of just sitting up in here. So I think that's where that comes from.
And I just chime in, and I'm not trying to be shady towards the men, but I feel like, and of course I'm not a single man, but like with single men, buying a house probably really isn't a priority because they trying to, y'all be out, kicking and partying, and then half of y'all are content with a simple apartment with all the necessities that you need. Like you don't need that much space. And then too, a lot of times men end up moving into the women's house. So that could be a reason too. And again, no shade to men, but I just think that, and then like to piggyback off of what Kendall said, most women, like, we have our children. So of course we want somewhere comfortable and consistent for our kids to be. And I just think single men, just y'all don't have that's not a priority to some. Not saying that y'all don't want to buy a house. So for anybody out there, I'm not saying that y'all don't buy houses, and I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is the single men that I know, I feel like Like Kendall said, y'all spending money on dating, whatever. And a lot of y'all just have nice apartments that may have like a slight woman's touch, or y'all may have a house, but it's not yours. And y'all okay with that. Because again, once y'all meet somebody, y'all typically move into the woman's house.
Yeah. Also, I think a little bit that lends to it as well. Well, not to lends to it, but I can't remember which comedian was. He was like, if a man could fuck a woman in a cardboard box, he would.
No, if a man could fuck a woman in a cardboard box, he wouldn't buy a house.
He wouldn't buy. So which comedian said that? I forgot which comedian.
Chappelle.
Chappelle. Okay, so that was it's definitely some seriousness.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
that,
yeah, men don't. Shit, me. I lived in an apartment for a number of years, and I really didn't necessarily care about necessarily having a home. I mean, more so now that I live in a place like Atlanta, it's just more so like thinking about investments and things like that. But when I was, I wasn't trying necessarily to get a career because it was like, what's the point? I don't have any kids.
Right.
That's the thought process, and I'm sure that's changing now, just in terms of younger people and just how they're thinking about things. But yeah, men don't, you know, comfort comes from ladies, I would think. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of where that comes from. Home is made, generally from a woman. They have that ability, in a lot of different ways. Not saying men can't create a happy home as well. Of course they can. But I just think that nurturing type of attitude comes from women. So.
yeah.
So Kendall just summed up what I said, just in a nicer way.
Oh, my bad.
No,
Without
no.
without the shade.
Yeah,
Without the shade.
I said I wasn't being shady.
We had what y'all didn't see was we had lost Kendall for a second, so he didn't hear everything he was saying, Leslie.
Oh,
it's all good though, but he just reiterated.
I pretty much said what you said, but just a little more direct.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but you a woman. You at liberty to do that. That's what that's what you should do. Toot your horn.
I also think like for coming from the environment that we come from too. I think I know what inspired me to buy a crib coming to Texas was just seeing, number one, how much crib you get for your money. And and also like the houses were 100 times nicer than what we were seeing in the inner city of Milwaukee. So I had absolutely no desire to buy a crib in Milwaukee. And then when the time I moved to Texas, and I'm like, y'all living like this? Like, I remember the first single woman I seen when I walked in her crib, and her crib was amazing, and it definitely inspired me to like, oh no, I got to give me a crib down here. Like, and then seeing the amount of equity that people was gaining over the years it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. So. But yeah, man, shout out to the single ladies in light of Women's Month.
Yes, sir.
Ken, you got one more topic as well. Cannabis has a deadly effect on some of the most common forms of cancers. Research find. Kendall, it's on you, brother.
So there was a recent article written by Laura Colgan of the Irish Star. So Charles Darwin University and Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology in Australia found that a cannabis extract has a, quote, deadly effect on melanoma skin cancer cells in a laboratory setting. So with skin cancer, like Jerome said, being the most common of all cancers in the United States, it still only accounts 1% of skin cancers, but causes about 80% of skin cancer deaths, according to the American Cancer Society. So I think that's why they're putting so much emphasis on it. And the anti-cancer effects of specific extract from cannabis sativa force the melanoma cells into a, quote, programmed cell death known as apoptosis, apoptosis, if anybody cares, according to the study published by Cells Journal. So the biotechnologist who named Nazim Nasir, he's also the co-author of this study, stated, we know today how the extract attaches to the receptor on the cell surface and changes the messages to the inside of the cell to manipulate the normal growth to force it to go into a death progress. So it's kind of, like they said, manipulating the actual cell. He also added that they must first test it on animals to ensure that the products are safe and effective before they go into human trials. And he also added, more importantly, we need to find a way to deliver the extract directly to the cell. Probably they're looking at something topical or subcutaneous, which is under the skin.
Just under the skin.
Yeah. That deliver the medicine directly to the target cells. So it's, interesting to see that they're actually attacking, cancer even more. Hopefully it does work, and hopefully they don't, have some sort of insane price to where it's not.
Well, of course it
You're
will.
not gonna be able to afford it.
So it's gonna be a cream or an injection, most likely,
Right.
to directly target. Oh, so I mean, I know white people happy about that.
Absolutely.
You know where my mind immediately went to investing, like seeing which cannabis company is going to be using to supply medical marijuana to this research or to the development of whatever drug they're going to use to treat cancer in the future.
Man, all of them. You know how
All
much
of
that
them,
shit.
yeah.
You gotta find the drug company that's
Yeah.
developing it.
Well, you already know it's going
'Cause all
to be
these
you already know it's going to be Eli Lilly.
shit. Well, let me look up their.
Oh no, Eli Lilly been going crazy, especially since Ozempic been out. So, but anyway, that's where my mind went immediately. And I did want to touch on something, just kind of lighten the mood a little bit because we front loaded the heavy stuff today. I did want to touch on something that was not on the docket, and I completely forgot to put it on there. So I'm sorry to segue into, like, so abruptly into this, but it's been on my heart for a week now, and I'm kind of glad Trey ain't here. So listeners, we are going into full.
Hey, don't say I'm not. Don't say that.
We going into full spoiler territory right now. So if y'all don't want to be spoiled with Dune 2,
He might be watching. Turn it off, Trey.
turn it off, Trey, if you're watching, because we're going into full spoiler territory. So listen, if y'all have not seen the movie, exit the stream now and come back in about 5 minutes, and we should be done. But Dune 2, man, the Blades. I'll start with you, brother. What was your thoughts on the movies from the beginning?
Hey, I loved it. I had one problem with it, and that was the end, man. But for the movie, man, it like
What was your favorite from the beginning? Like what was your thoughts on the pacing? Because it's a 3 hour. The movie is extremely long. It's a 3 hour runtime.
it's long, and the pacing is good until the end. Like the end just seemed rushed. But the movie, like the way it looked, the way it sound, like everything about it is fantastic. It make you feel like Iraq is a real place, like somewhere you can actually go.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely that's definitely how I felt too.
Like whoever did the cinematography and the set design and the costume design, like they finna win some awards.
100%. They should win all the awards because they spaz with that. Let me see. I'm looking up the director name now. I can't think of his name.
Villeneuve. He did Blade Runner and like some bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, he's fantastic, bro. They like I feel like he's probably one of the best directors I've seen do movies in the past decade. Like he's phenomenal.
Like you could see the attention to detail, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sounds. Like it ain't. I don't even know if this movie got an actual score. Like it's just like a bunch of like rumbling sounds, a bunch of like just weird noises. But you feel it though.
Yeah, one of my like to Blaze's point, like I know they shot a lot of the movie in Jordan, and the location that they picked for this movie, like I said, it feels otherworldly. It feels otherworldly, but it also feels like a real place you can go to Blaze's point. The cinematography is absolutely beautiful. It's like if y'all were a fan of the first one, they didn't give you any shortage on this one.
Like I don't know how you make a bunch of sand look appealing.
Right.
Like I live in Arizona.
Yeah.
I see that shit all the time. That shit don't look like that.
Yeah, I done lived in El Paso. It's the same way. Like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I want to be around this shit all the time. But yeah, 100%. Look, see, this is why you got to whoop your kids, because my kids are trying to interrupt the podcast now. Go in there with your brother.
Hey, don't talk about these like that, bro.
Go in there with your brother. Look, I'm coming out. The YouTube audience is about to see this, and we live too. I'm gonna take an intermission, and I'm gonna put you in the corner somewhere. Anyway, whatever. Listen, my kids ain't paying.
She ain't going.
She looked at you like, dude.
Listen, that's exactly what she's doing right now. She got the door cracked. Like. But anyway, back to Doom. One of my favorite parts of the film was the character arc of was it Paul Atreides,
Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet, fam. Like Timothy Chalamet.
Hey, he bodied this.
He bodied that role, fam. That's exactly what I was about to say. Timothy Chalamet is a phenomenal actor. I haven't seen him in much other films, but from this one, from Dune 1 to this one, like phenomenal. And like even his character arc, like towards the end, I feel like the director was trying to make you hate the character. And the reasons for him trying to make you hate the character, I thought were brilliant. But I almost got annoyed with the the white savior, the white messiah trope.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
they definitely
They
definitely dragged that shit.
Yeah, but it worked out. It worked out. It was almost annoying, but it definitely worked out towards the end of the film, especially when you're seeing his powers coming to fruition from the first movie. Like we were saying,
And I don't feel like they tried to make you hate the character because he seemed like he was against all that Messiah shit. Like he wasn't really like trying to pursue that. They was trying to push it on him. But towards the end, like when he's went crazy, like then you like, oh shit, he gonna be a problem.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that they were trying to push it on him, so to speak. I feel like they were just they felt like it was the prophecy, and then once he finally drunk that the water of life and he can really see his true path. That was when he like fully embraced it, obviously. But I don't know, man. Like the movie is just incredible. I definitely suggest you go watch it. I was dog ass tired. I got to the theater at 10:30 in the morning and didn't get out of there until 2 in the afternoon. I was exhausted when I went to see this movie, and it still entertained me. Like I almost dozed off one time, but it was still enough
And
going on.
it don't seem as long. Like it got a long running time, almost 3 hours.
Yeah,
but it don't feel like that.
No, it definitely don't. What did you think about the third act? The action sequences in the third act.
The action sequences was dope. I just think from where it started to where it finished, it was just like so fast. Like the pace went crazy right there. Like you got all of this build up to this climactic scene, and then like it was just over. Like boom.
Yeah.
So he's supposed to have beat the whole Harkonnen army and the emperor's army, just like that. But you know what I'm saying? They had like the way they did it was cold. Like they had a good plan. But goddamn,
I can see how you felt that way. But that speaks to the Fremen and them being able to control those sandworms. The way they was able to control those sandworms, these is massive creatures. So of course, like technology is not standing up against these damn worms. You know what I mean? So to me, that just speaks to the Fremen's fighting ability. And I don't know if you remember in the first movie when what's the old boy name that played Aquaman?
Damn, I can't think of his name.
Jason Momoa. Everybody knows. Yeah. Khal Drago, one of his most acclaimed roles. But Jason Momoa said that the Fremen fight like hell.
Oh no, they was fucking niggas up the whole movie.
Yeah,
they was getting it in.
They was not for play. If y'all a fan of science fiction, or I don't know if you want to call this fantasy or a little bit of fantasy and science fiction, I highly suggest this film. It's like a much better done Star Wars, and it's more realistic. It's definitely
watch it with subtitles.
Yeah, and it's definitely more believable. You know what I mean? But we got to give Denis Villeneuve his flowers, fam, because he did a great job with this film.
Hey, bro. The last 15 minutes of the movie, I'm on my phone Googling when Dune 3 come out. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like,
and they ain't even announced it yet.
Hey, come on, man.
They got
no way they own.
Nah, bro. I'll watch 6 more of these movies if they keep up at this pace. I'm not even joking with you. That's how phenomenal these movies are. I'll watch 6 more.
I mean, when the first one came out, it was 2022.
It was about 3 or 4 years ago because this one was delayed. They pushed this one back 6 months. It was supposed to come out last year, so they pushed it back.
So from what I seen online, they said it might be 27 or 28 before we get 3.
I'm willing to wait for it. That's how phenomenal this movie is. So if y'all not a fan of the Dune series, please go watch it. I think ladies will enjoy it too.
What you think about the whole holy war aspect? Like that's what it built up to. Like,
well, I know that's what they were calling in the film. I thought it was dope. To me, the only thing that I hate about like not reading the books and not knowing a whole lot of the backstory is I don't know why all these other empires were so loyal to the emperor. They don't explain it at all.
Because of the spice.
Because of the spice production.
Yeah.
I wish the movies would do a little bit better deep diving on that, but yeah, it's fire.
They did leave a lot of stuff out from the books. It's certain characters and stuff like that, but it's pretty spot on as far as it ain't Game of Thrones spot on, but it's up there.
Hey, listen, dog, I'm done with Kendall and Leslie right now, too, in the background. Y'all full of shit. But anyway.
Listen, I just need for y'all to understand Me and Kendall have been flaming each other about the whole time y'all talking.
Like,
We going hot was okay.
Hey, we sitting there watching y'all go back and forth.
y'all was completely distracting me. I'm trying to be serious over here and discuss this movie. Y'all over there playing and shit.
My bad.
Listen, this is what. Listen, every podcaster out there, this is why you don't do stuff with your friends because it is never taken serious.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway,
but the movie got big in like pretty good critical and audience acclaim. I think it's at 90-some% on Rotten Tomatoes. IMDb is like almost a 8.9 or a 9.
Yeah, it is.
So people seem to like the movie.
Yeah, it deserves it. I can't wait to watch it in the comfort of my own home again, so I can kind of like just sit down.
Definitely watch the first one. But if you ain't never seen the first one, watch the first one before you watch the second one.
Yeah, and I definitely can't wait to watch this in the comfort of my own home because I watched Dune 1 like every time I see it, it's like I never seen it before. I whenever I watch it at the crib and it still entertains me just as much.
Well, you got a movie theater at home, so of course you want to watch it at home.
Why you got to do this?
I mean, if I had a movie theater at home, I would do the same thing.
Stop, dog. Anyway,
the mansion.
But while we on movie and TV territory, have y'all seen Shogun, Hulu's new special? Have y'all watched any of that at all?
I watched the first 3 episodes. I think is it 3 or 4 up right now?
I think it's 4. I think the 4th one just dropped this week.
It's to me it's pretty good so far. It's almost like a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely enjoy it.
They put a lot. They had to put a lot of money into that.
I definitely think Hulu dropped a big bag on this because the production is absolutely incredible on this.
Yeah.
And the story in the first. I watched the first episode last night. It was an hour long, and I was ready to watch the second one.
Yeah, they long.
They long. They Game of Thrones long, but it's a phenomenal series. I was pretty impressed with the actors.
The story is real good too, man. Like it ain't like really ain't that much fighting I done seen so far, and I done watched 3 episodes. It's like the fight scenes is good, but it's more of a movie type than a TV show type.
Yeah, I love the dialogue on the show. And initially when the first time I tried to watch it, I turned it off in the first 10 minutes because I immediately got annoyed that this is a show about feudal Japan. And this is a show about feudal Japan, and the first thing they showing me is a white person. Like, fam, I don't want to see no white person in the show about feudal Japan. Don't do this to me. Like, Hollywood is. We talked about this a few episodes ago. How Hollywood has been getting the roles with natives and different cultures like spot on. I don't know what the initiative is in Hollywood right now. Normally, they have a white person playing a Irish person playing an Italian, or a Hispanic person playing or an Italian playing a Hispanic person, all type of shit. And where Hollywood has gotten it wrong over the years, but they've been culturally getting everything right, where they get like full Asian cast to play Asian characters and full Native American cast to play Native American and everything. And I've been thinking that was dope. And so when they showed the first thing I seen was a white person on the screen in the show about feudal with Japan, I got instantly irritated. I cut the show off. But
it makes sense when you actually watch it.
That's why I'm saying that now, because I know
he's not playing a Japanese character.
Right.
Like all the Japanese people are actually
Japanese
of the culture.
Yeah.
But
and the show is heavily subtitled for the people out there.
Heavily subtitled.
Yeah, because all the Japanese characters, they speak Japanese. So if y'all not into reading subtitles, this is not a show that you can watch.
Can't read subtitles.
And this is not a show that you can watch and while you multitasking. You gotta be tapped in. Phenomenal series though. Big budget drop by Hulu too. So
definitely it looked like money.
Yeah, definitely do. So if y'all enjoy like Game of Thrones level production, Dune, anybody a fan of, I think Shogun will be right up
down now.
No, watch it. I'm just gonna tell you to watch it.
It's the first 3 episodes. It's up there, Kendall. It ain't Game of Thrones, but it's up there.
I'm telling you, TV catching up to what Game of Thrones has done. Like I know the Game of Thrones is always gonna be the bar for me. Because Game of Thrones is a phenomenal series. Like the first ones, the Book of Fires was incredible. The House of the Dragons is incredible. So Game of Thrones is always going to be the bar. So whenever I'm comparing something, I'm giving it that. It's damn near close to it. Don't think I'm just doing this shit just like, oh, no, it's Game of Thrones. No, I don't judge shit like that. But this one's up there, and especially off the first couple of episodes. So we got to see if it stands the test of time. But with after the first couple of episodes, I'm extremely impressed. So. Yeah, it's up there. I ain't just saying that to be saying it, Kendall. I ain't just throwing it out there. I know a lot of people do that shit. Excuse me, y'all. But anyway, let's segue into our next topic. I've been getting a lot of inboxes, TikToks, group message, group chat messages about why so many black people are supporting Trump, and it is unbelievable to me that we have so many people that is black.
DT back, baby.
Listen,
DT
I know.
back.
Listen, I know you saying the tongue in cheek, Blaze, but like it's a lot of niggas that's serious about this.
DT is back.
So
DT is hilarious.
what I want to talk about, like I said, with black people supporting Trump, because it just like completely befuddles me. But a lot, like, you know, I see a lot of people saying, oh, well, he funny and he exposing this and he exposing that, but nobody is talking about the policies. Like, and to me,
there is no policy, sir.
Right, I know, and that's the whole point. With me and Kendall like to go to is like, it ain't no policy. So like, why the fuck is y'all sitting up here acting like like y'all rocking with
Because
this?
they thinking about stimulus checks.
That gotta be it, fam.
I hope niggas ain't voting based on
That's all it is. Like,
I hope niggas ain't voting for stimmy.
They feel like it's gonna be some type of money involved, or my tax bracket and like all of that's foolishness. Like I get whatever y'all trying to say, but like
y'all
really
don't make enough to get them tax breaks, so don't say that neither.
That part. But I don't know. Like you said, it is definitely mind-boggling. I ain't gonna judge y'all.
Kendall was like, shit.
Oh no, I need some
Visine. If you have dry eyes. But anyway, Kendall, help me out here, man. Let's run down all the negative policies that Trump has done within his first 4 years, right? And even the shit that he's doing now, or even the people that he's appointed that has affected civil rights laws right now. Help me run this down, bro, because you more well spoken.
Well, I don't have nothing in front of me like to just go down the line of different stuff, but it's just like there have been no policies that have elevated African Americans. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't. But again, that's not the concern. Like look what he's doing. Look what's happened with the Roe v. Wade situation. Like it's more so. Everything isn't about the president. It's about who they appoint, what their administration does. It's like what comes with it. Like it's kind of like when I was talking about the whole Bernie Sanders situation. I was not necessarily a rah nigga for Bernie Sanders. It was more so about what he can bring to the table if he wins, and the people that are behind him and what their support level is going to be once they're in with him. That's what it's about. And that's what it's about with administration. Same thing with George Bush, right? The power came from who? Dick Cheney. It wasn't so much about George Bush. And generally, vice presidents don't necessarily have that type of activity. Generally, vice presidents are in the background. But it's about your administration and what they bring to the table. And that's the problem. It was the type of judges he appointed, the type of administration he had, the different type of people that he aligned himself with, the organizations, you know, the stuff with Alex Jones, the stuff that happened in Charlottesville with the bad people on both sides. Like his problem is he's divisive. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's a huge problem.
Right. And that's what brings the issue with what they start talking about. You start bringing other people from the cracks that would never win. And now they're becoming a problem. Just like that black man that just won North Carolina.
Hey, dude is crazy.
He's out of his damn mind. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, dude is nuts.
But again, is he really just crazy, or is it he knows what to say to get these white people riled up down there so that they'll vote for him? You know what I'm saying? Women shouldn't be voting and all that other type of, you know what I'm saying? Like making those crazy claims, and black people shouldn't necessarily be talking about reparations. We should be giving reparations to basically white people. That's basically what he says. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is a black man saying those things. So again, these are all hot button topics that certain white people in America like to hear. You know what I'm saying? So some want to go back to certain time frames. I'm not necessarily saying slavery, but they do like subservient shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is where that's coming from. So yeah, that's Donald Trump's problem. it's not so much everything is about him. It's about the team he brings behind him and the people that he appoints. Like I said, the stuff that happened with the Supreme Court judges that he appointed. Now we getting Roe v. Wade out of there. And now we telling women what they need to be doing with their bodies. What do you think is going to be happening next in certain other realms? You know what I'm saying? And what are they going to be trying to pass in another 4 years? That's the problem. It's not so much always just about Trump. It's about his team and the people that's under him.
Right. We just talked last week about how the Fearless Fund, it's a venture capitalist fund that was formed in Atlanta that was supposed to be donating money to black women owned business. How a Trump appointee is trying to he got it tied up in legislation right now, saying it was unconstitutional, and what white people have been doing is they've been the civil rights movement, the Civil Rights Act of 1866 in us to fucking death. That's what they use to shoot down anything that is directly going to benefit black people. They go right to the Civil Rights Act of 1866, saying if it ain't for all America, then it's unconstitutional. And that's how they've been able to shoot down the majority of stuff, the Roe v. Wades and
they killing that shit too.
Yeah, they killing it. So we gonna have to.
One thing about the Republicans.
My bad.
No, you got it. We live. That's production shit. Go ahead.
they use the actual laws the way they written to be used, but they use them the opposite of what they was intended for.
Mm-hmm.
and they get away with that shit though.
Yeah. And the craziest thing about the Civil Rights Act of 1866 is Andrew Jackson. Is it Johnson or Jackson? It's Johnson. Andrew Johnson. Andrew Johnson, the president that was appointed after Lincoln's assassination, he vetoed the Civil Rights Act of 1866 twice. And so, like, this man, like, this was a Confederate sympathizer that wanted to shoot down this bill, and now this is being used against black people in 2024. This is the craziest shit. I feel like it's an episode of the Twilight Zone every time I start watching politics, fam. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like, it's really wild out here,
man. That shit is not real. That shit is pomp and circumstance, man.
That's the thing. Like, it's just Trump is a direct businessman. He's not like a politician that has worked for a number of years and like in the public, volunteering, things like that, where you work with people. Like, that's not his thing. So that's why, he was getting caught up with having foreign governments giving him money to his companies. You know what I'm saying? And like, he doesn't, the COVID, he was reluctant to react to the COVID response initially when people was dying and all that type of shit. Like, he was acting like it was fake and doing all this other, like,
drink some bleach.
You can't have that because what happened is you started having Americans saying that same stupid shit.
Yep.
Like, that shit ain't real, and like people were dying. They're like, well,
but
she's old. Like,
do that go to how crazy he is or how stupid people are?
No doubt. But that's because, again, most people don't necessarily pay attention to what's going on in the country. You know what I'm saying? The average person is just not, they're not gonna pull up any news or any. So again, they're looking at their leader to tell them. And I'm not saying it's smart to do that, but I'm just saying some people are like that. So
but
I'm just saying,
I agree.
I agree with you. Though, that Donald Trump said that if he was to ever run for president, that he would be Republican because how stupid the people are.
Correct. But again, no doubt.
And they're doing exactly what he said.
Well, that shit was handled terribly, like that whole COVID thing. But it was unprecedented. Like, I don't know who would have been there that would have handled that shit appropriately. But other than the nationwide lockdown, which they wasn't gonna do,
right? But you're not gonna president. You're not gonna say it was fake. You're not gonna like. I'm not saying that I can't pull up a quote and show that he literally said it's fake. I'm just saying he was reluctant to react.
I think he did.
I'm sure. Like I said, I don't remember. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to directly pull it out of somewhere, but I know that he was reluctant as hell. I do remember that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, as a president, you can't do those types of things because you have people's lives at stake. You have to be in a different type of mode. And again, I'm not saying that these presidents are the greatest people because y'all know I've criticized them for years, but I'm just talking about in terms of when you have like a pandemic and things like that, you have to react a certain way and make sure that people don't start acting a fool based on what's going on in that at that current time frame. And that's exactly, he was doing the opposite. And you can't have that type of person because he's concerned with himself and his family. That's why Jared Kushner was over there in Saudi Arabia getting all that money. They like to talk about Hunter Biden and all that other shit, but a lot of that stuff was just Hunter acting a damn fool and doing his thing and using his leverage, using his dad's leverage. Huh?
Hunter, a wild boy.
Right. He was using his dad's leverage to go do things for him. He wasn't involving his dad, but Trump was sending his kids out to go get the money from these foreign areas. You know what I'm saying? Like
he was sending Ivanka.
Exactly. And Jared Kushner, her husband.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why they like this with Saudi Arabia. So that's what I'm saying. Like they were getting lots of money, you know what I'm saying, over that type of stuff. So and again, I'm not saying all presidents don't do it. They all do that similar types of things, but I'm just saying like he's totally for his family versus doing anything for the people, especially us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like if it don't benefit his bottom line or his brand, he don't want to be involved with it. That's why I believe he was even trying to be reluctant about COVID because he didn't want that shit on his name.
Yeah. So if y'all just not tuning in, the reason what we're discussing is I've had a lot of people come to me talking about why they supporting Trump and why they want to vote for Trump, and it has nothing to do with policies. Like, so we having a discussion on the show about why this is such a bad thing, because I know it's tongue in cheek for a lot of people, but this in reality of it, we have to be more informed about these things and what policies and appointees people are putting in place. So that's what we're discussing right now. And like I said, we've talked about the people that Trump has appointed that has completely rolled back Civil Rights Act and all type of stuff. But on that note, we do have a caller. So Kyrie, are you there?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Kyrie, what's going on, Blaze, Leslie, Kendall? How y'all doing?
Hey, how are you?
Good. Hey, so I wanted to talk on what Blade said. Like, I feel like politics is very disingenuous. Did anybody see the State of the Union speech from Biden last week?
Yeah. Where he was yelling the whole time?
Yeah, man. Like, all right, so it was one thing. I know me and Kendall talked about it. Me and Jerome briefly discussed it, right? Where Biden basically said that, all types of people came to America in search for opportunity, including people who came in chains. I was really irritated about that, but that wasn't the thing that irritated me the most. It's just how disingenuous it was. For like the last 4 years, I feel like Biden hasn't really taken any of the things that he mentioned that night serious. I think when it's election time, it just becomes a horse and pony show, because inflation has been a hot topic. He even mentioned shrinkflation. Like, so he's throwing out these hot terms that are going to get people's attention, trying to win the vote. But it's like, it's not going to be any action behind that. And how dare you mention people coming in chains in search of opportunity when we still don't even have an anti-hate crime bill. Like, we don't even have the basics of the basics for our people, and y'all keep using these hot words, and it's just irritating at this point. That's kind of my thoughts on it. What did y'all think?
And I agree, Trent. I mean,
but Biden is like the king of bad hot takes. Like, you know what I mean? He called us notable exceptions when he was addressing the Hispanic community a few years ago. Before he was like, he's just like he said unlike the black community, with notable exceptions, the Hispanic people have different thoughts and different ideas about different things. He called us fucking notable exceptions, and that went over everybody's head. I can't stand dude either. So like, so if anybody thinks it's because I bash Trump, like I'm on Biden's side. No, I can't. I don't mess with him. But one thing I will say, the difference between his administration and Trump's administration when he first came into office was we were in the middle of a pandemic. Trump was running around playing with it, to Kendall's point earlier. He wasn't addressing it the right way. People were dying.
Right.
He wasn't addressing it the right way or anything. And when Biden came into office, he had a solidified plan, and he released it in memorandum form and let us know what he was going to do to address the pandemic and how he was going to help lead America out of it. Even if you didn't fuck with the fake stabs and all that stuff or whatever, or the COVID vaccinations, he still did. I think he handled COVID as best as you can handle it as an incoming president. So Yeah, that's my thought on that. I still don't fuck with the dude though. He's still the king of bad hot takes, especially when it comes to racial shit. I don't fuck with dude at all. Not to mention,
I just need him to forgive my student loans.
That's all.
Just cut the check, do whatever you need to do. Just give me some forgiveness, and we good to go.
What if Trump forgive him, Leslie?
I don't care who forgive him, okay? Because I forgave them. I already forgave the loan. So I just need them to forgive them as well. Like, I don't know what to tell anybody. Like, I don't know what to tell anybody. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna front. I definitely take advantage of some loan forgiveness. So shout out to them for that. But again, I mean, it's just, I mean, I guess for me, like, obviously, I don't really look at it as a surprise because it's coming from a Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? Because Joe Biden has, said racist things throughout his
piece of shit.
Right. He said this old shit throughout his career. He's worked with Republicans all the time, all throughout his career. He's a Dixiecrat. That's really what he is. But y'all can look that up at a later time if y'all want. But the point is, like, they all use hot button topics. All of them at their State of the Union addresses use terms to get people to pay attention again, or the people that the average person that just does not pay attention to politics. They just looking for the State of the Unions. They're looking for these opportunities for when these presidents speak. That's the only time that they get engaged. And that's when they use those hot button topics to get Biden is not going to do half that shit. Half the stuff he's saying. Like you said, there still isn't any type of anti-crime hate bill for African Americans. That's never going to happen. I'm not saying never. Let me fire. Let me come back.
No, I'm with you. You know how I feel about before you. One second, can I even cut you? I'm sorry, bro. I'm trying to cut your wisdom, but you know how I feel about that. I said until we lobby for that, it's not gonna happen, and it seems like it's impossible to get us to get together to come together for something like that to happen, because every other race got a coalition out here that's stopping all. Right,
but didn't nobody lobby for no anti Asian crime hate bill? They just gave it to them. I mean, again,
couple Asians got beat up and they got a bill.
Right. There's no lobby. I mean, don't get me wrong. You need to lobby in order to get things done. Just go watch Killers of the Flower Moon. But I'm just saying, in terms of, they're never going to give African Americans just anything, because again, they don't feel like you should have anything any damn way, and they feel like as if, why would you even ask to get anything? You have a job. You have you live, you have a home, you have, like, that's how they'll talk to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the average American. If you sit and have a conversation with them, you know what I'm saying? Most people just won't. You know what I'm saying? So again, this is the thought process. This is the same thought process behind a Donald Trump. He was discriminating against niggas in apartments. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has so many failed businesses, and people still think he's a businessman. That's what makes him a businessman. Trump University was trash. That didn't do anything.
Casinos was trash.
Casinos was trash.
Worst performing casinos in Atlantic City.
He's always been about him and himself. And again, I'm not here to just cast it on him. I'm just saying it's all the same type of mind frame towards African Americans. So to Jerome's point, you have to bring up attention and awareness. That's the whole reason of a protest or any of those types of things, going to your congressman, going to your council meetings and all that kind of stuff to raise a fuss, because that's really the only way that you're going to get things done. Otherwise, they just going to throw those hot button topics and say, this is what we're doing, even though they're not going to get all that shit done.
Hey, I agree with Kyrie, man. I agree with Kyrie, dog. They pander to black and women voters. Because we shift the needle, man. That's all it is, dude. They get up there and say what they're gonna say to get the votes, and then they move on with what they're doing.
No doubt. But I just said that. But I'm just talking about, that's the only way that you'll actually get any type of movement, is if, to your point, to Jerome's point, you have to lobby and you have to be in those areas. Otherwise, you're only gonna have a few people that's gonna speak to that, and then they're gonna throw money in their face. That's what happens to politicians. Yes. That's all of them. That was the whole point of the progressive movement. That was the reason why, again, like a Bernie Sanders, it's not about him. It's about the movement that you bring behind it, because you need a different type of party. Otherwise, it's already corrupt. They're getting money by corporations. So that's what lobbying is. Those corporations go to DC and they give them money to listen to whatever it is that they want.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
exactly
once
what
they
Ava
start getting
Longoria.
millions of dollars, they shut their mouth.
Yeah, that's exactly what Ava Longoria did with under Obama, and that's why Hispanics and Latino and the LGBT community was able to make so many strides. And y'all wonder why when they say minority topics and they talking directly to the Hispanic community, and why the LGBTQ community was able to make so many strides, because they lobbied a lot for Obama, and that's why so many laws were changed under him to benefit them. But Kyrie, you were trying to chime in. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, and to Kendall's point, I think where black people get cut off at the knees a lot is, one, the average American doesn't understand the residual effects of slavery and Jim Crow and all those other things, right? So to the point of they feel like they don't owe us anything. It's not true. I just saw a video last night where in 1958, the government condemned this property, like 8 acres of land from this black family, and only gave them $8,000. The father built a 2-story home on this property. And again, that family was robbed of generational wealth from that generation and on to generations to come. They never got to sell that property. They never got to build a neighborhood on that property and invest on that property, right? So we don't have the money to lobby. And that's where we got to, like, the education process comes in, where we have to understand how group economics works and understand how, if we pull our money, we can get in front of these people and start lobbying for things as well. And it's not going to happen in our lifetime. Really, it just comes from a point of inspiration. Like us, we got to inspire the young ones. So when those generations come up, they're the ones who can implement those systematic changes that need to happen. So America could be a little bit more fair for black people. But yeah, once we can get the right people on TV and, be able to educate the average American on the atrocities that happen to black people, I think that it'll be a lot more good. Because what we're facing, we're not facing racism, we're facing ignorance. Like, a lot of racist people, they're ignorant. They don't take the time to research. They don't take the time to learn. They just listen to the lies of their grandfathers and their fathers, and they take that for the truth. But these young ones that's coming up, they're not going for that no more. So that's why platforms like Unlabeled, EYL, they're great, because y'all are inspiring people.
Man, I appreciate that, bro, and I agree with everything you said. That's 100% facts. Because that's pretty much my goal. I definitely want to become a lobbyist. So we start moving the needle, and that's where that sentiment came from. Because I don't. In the 1960s civil rights movement, a lot of the fight was to get rid of capitalism and move us more into socialism, right? So I don't really rock with capitalism like that. And I know America's never moving towards socialism, but I damn near think that every black person should get better at capitalism in order for us to make some strides, so we can pool our money together and our resources together, so we can actually try to make progress in America better for us. You know what I mean? To your point. You know what I mean? It's gonna take effort, and it's gonna take people to get up off their ass. Like it really is.
So as far as the lobbying, so like Hispanic and LGBTQ, they got a lot of stuff done, but it all came down to the money. So where's the money for our stuff for black people when it comes to the lobbying? Who gonna get behind us and push that agenda forward?
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Blaze, me and Brandon was just talking about that. That's a very serious question, because the one thing that other groups have that we don't have at this moment is all these other groups are on code. Like, they'll send letters to each other and they'll actually work together to get these things done. Not saying that black people don't. It's just the air quote leaders that we have, and they're not really leaders. Like Kendall said, they're bought and paid for. So we just have to get on code. Like, once we can get on code and we can get around the right people, and again, that's where group economics is gonna, like, when we can pull our money together and build something, that's when we'll be able to lobby, and we can go and be like, hey, we need this, because that's the only way that they're gonna listen. Unless
the money
America makes right, unless, and this is never gonna happen unless America makes lobbying illegal, which it damn near should be, but we know that's not gonna happen.
Nah.
That's how politicians get paid. They're never gonna do that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why they all millionaires.
Right. Yeah, man. So yeah, Kyrie, I appreciate you calling in, bro. Stick around, because I know you want to come back on later. If y'all not familiar, this is my good brother Kyrie from No Time to Explain. He has his own YouTube channel as well. But we're gonna get him come back on, because our last topic is gonna be sports, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a lot to say about that. So stick around, bro.
All right, for sure, bro.
All right, man. Thank you for calling.
Yeah.
All right, bro. All right, y'all. So the next topic, Apple Vision Pro. That's been in recent news. Apple has been under fire because people were saying they're not innovating. Their stocks has been dropping. I think they're selling around $170 a share right now. Earlier this year, they were trading around 193 before the Vision Pro drop. But people are saying that, well, there's been one report that the Apple Vision Pro is causing eye strain and blood vessels to burst in people's eyes. I don't know if y'all read this article or if y'all seen it come across y'all screen. I want to know how y'all felt about this. But let me read a little bit of it. It said, bubble burster. Apple allows customers to return products within 2 weeks of purchasing it. And luckily, there's very much the case where, for those who shelled out an eye-searing $3,500 for the Apple Vision Pro. Sorry, the stupid ass pop-up just popped up. VR headset. That's because growing number of users are finding that the hefty headset is too uncomfortable to wear for a prolonged period. As the Verge reports, some are getting headaches from wearing the device. Others have noted that it digs into their cheeks and nose thanks to its front-loaded heftiness. In extreme cases, the headset, which requires wearers to use their eyes as a pointer, can lead to more serious eye trouble. The Verge product manager or I don't know how to spell it. Ortolani said, using the device even appears to have caused burst blood vessels in eyes. There's quite literally no other reason I can think of for having developed this, he wrote in the post threads. Just doesn't happen to my eyes, not until now. Eye strainer. The device has received mixed reviews about the strain that it caused on the eye. So, to me, I think this is an individual case by case issue.
Right,
I'm an
right.
Apple fanboy, but I think this is just people's attempt at kind of doing some kind of like what's those lawsuits that people do when I can't think of it right
Class
now.
action.
Class action lawsuit. I remember a few years ago when Genesis first dropped the GV 80 SUV. It was a lady saying that the vehicle was hard for her to steer because she didn't actually understand the safety features like lane keep assist, stop you from veering out of your lane or whatever. It's almost impossible to steer under that under those situations. So I think this is just a failed attempt and a money grab. I don't think it's no. I know one thing about Apple. As long as I've been an Apple fanboy, they do their R&D. They don't play around. They don't release a product if it's unsafe. Or if it's not in a good solid stable state before dropping it.
Yeah, they wouldn't release the Vision Pro if it wasn't ready for wide use.
Right.
But
right.
I think this is like people like to get burst blood vessels, man. Like how much use are you doing with this? Like how long are you wearing this thing? And they said it's like it weighs as much as an 11-inch iPad. So like of course it's gonna be heavy on your face. Like take that shit off, man.
Right. Get your
Why do y'all need it though?
Get your virgin ass out of that.
You don't need it. That's the thing.
Right, that's
you
what
don't
I'm saying.
need
Like
it.
why?
Well,
like, stop buying every damn thing.
Well,
it's a cool piece of tech. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's really
stop buying every damn thing.
It's really the future, Leslie. If you go watch this movie on Apple, and I'm not, this ain't an ad, y'all. I'm an Apple fanboy. I just told y'all that. So, but if you go watch this movie on Apple TV Plus called Swan Song, it got Mahershala Ali in it, and it kind of shows you what Apple vision for the technology future is and how to seamlessly tech is going to be integrated into our everyday's lives, and that's the kind of this is just stage one of that. And
we definitely head in that direction.
Right. So just like wearable tech is a thing. Everybody, I know people who can't live without their AirPods and their Apple Watch. You know what I mean?
If I leave it on my Apple Watch, I'm tight.
Basically, niggas want to walk around looking like LeVar Burton.
I can't even wear AirPods. My ears are too small; they fall out.
Yeah, that's the issue I have too. My ears are too big; they fall out. But I do.
Ear ass nigga.
All right, so,
weird ear ass nigga.
All right, so that's what we doing right now. But anyway, if your blood vessels is popping from wearing a damn Apple Vision Pro, take that goddamn headset off. Get your Virgin. Get your Virgin.
How many hours is you? Because you navigate it with your eyes, so I could understand it being some eye strain and some fatigue there, but.
How much is that?
Come on now,
$3,500, and that's without, and that's if you don't wear glasses. If you wear glasses, it's upwards to like $4,100.
Yeah, because they got
to put the prescription.
But did you see that Apple scrapped their plans for the Apple Car?
Yeah, I thought that was a good deal. I thought that was a good idea. I think that was because it's only so much. This is one thing I think Disney had an issue with. It's only so much talent out there in these spaces. So whenever you begin to stretch yourself thin, that's when you start to water down your own products. You know what I mean? So I think there's only. So I think that was a brilliant idea for them to go ahead and scrap that. Plus, a lot of car companies are saying that EVs aren't the future. It's gonna have to be some kind of alternative thing or hybrids. Toyota kind of scrap going EV. They leaning more into hydrogen, and
trash.
they also doing hybrids. They continue to do hybrid. So that's just one company, but there's been reports about the amount of metal that it take, amount of raw materials that it take us to pull out the earth to create one EV. We would never do it in America. We only doing it because we getting this shit from third world countries. You know what I mean?
China.
So yeah, so Africa is another one. So that's a huge reason why a lot of people saying that EVs aren't the future.
Fuck this shit
And
up.
and the battery is based off of basically like the weather. You know what I'm saying? Like a regular battery. So if it's too cold outside, they're gonna die quick. It's
You're
just
gonna get less
I
mileage
had
on
that shit for a rental. And it was the worst. I had to take it back, and the car was real nice, but I had to take it back. Like I just could not handle it.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm glad Apple scrapped that. So for all the listeners who ain't informed, like I said, a lot of these American car companies are going away from EVs. They leaning towards hydrogen, petrol, and alternative fuel sources. So we'll have to see what it's going to take to get there. But you know, Elon, that's why Elon been under such hot water lately as well. But I'm glad Apple scrapped that. No, I'm telling you right now, that as soon as Apple changed the form factor, Apple, if y'all listening, take this from you, one of y'all number one fans. If y'all change the form factor of this phone, if y'all give us a flip phone, if y'all give us something like a BlackBerry or a Sidekick, it's all it's going to take is for y'all to change the form factor of the iPhone. We've been looking at these rectangle ass phones for the last almost 2 decades. So the moment y'all change the form factor, y'all gonna go right through the roof with the sales of the phones again. People want to look cool doing shit. You can't look cool holding a damn rectangle up to your ear. But give us the ability to bang it on somebody or to flip the screen around. Give us a keyboard, because a lot of older people
I think
like
a
haptic
lot
feedback.
of the Asian phone companies like Huawei and all these companies, they going towards foldable phones.
Yep. It's
some form.
It's changing the form factor. That's what all these companies are doing. They either overemphasizing on cameras, changing I've seen a lot of people with these new foldable phones, and they look pretty cool. I just don't rock with Android operating system, so I can never get down with that. You know what I mean?
I got a Moto Razr. That shit fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the moment Apple, listen, it's simple as that.
Just
change the form factor.
I rock with it.
Just change the form factor, Apple, and y'all gonna be back on top. And Montre is bitching about an invite. Ain't nobody tell you to be late, bro. We are hour into the show.
Hey, man. Can you add Montre, please?
No, because all he gonna do is get on here. All he gonna do is get on here complaining. I don't want to add him.
I'm going on strike.
You going on strike? You going
on strike.
Send him a link, bro, because I'm about to introduce the next topic. So, actually, this next topic is yours, Blaze. So you can go ahead and introduce it while I send Trey the invite. Or Leslie or Kendall can. But it's about sports betting being a gateway drug.
Yeah, man. I'm sure a lot of people out there, if y'all watch sports or y'all got a friend or family member that watch sports, y'all know about sports betting, like sites like FanDuel and DraftKings and all of this stuff. So in 2018, the Supreme Court struck down a federal law prohibiting sports betting, and then have legalized wagering in sports leagues. And so in 2023, Americans legally bet $120 billion. And that's a 27% increase over the year before. So these companies making a killing on sports betting, they shifting into other kind of betting. It's like they call it a gateway drug because they going from legalized sports betting to online casinos. Now you can buy lottery tickets online. So these companies, they calling it iGaming, and they trying to increase their profit margins, which is crazy already. But now they making it where you can do everything right from your phone. You know what I'm saying? So it's 24 hours. You ain't got to wait. It's low overhead because you ain't got to pay nobody really. And they making a murdering over here. So now you could do blackjack, you could do roulette, you could poker, and then with the lottery tickets, I know they're gonna make a killing on that.
Man, listen, I don't know about it being a gateway drug, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. A lot of y'all cats, I thought y'all was up until y'all started posting y'all parlays. Y'all some broke ass niggas out here. It ain't no wonder. It's no wonder we can't get to lobbying, fam. When y'all stop posting y'all parlays. Y'all niggas is embarrassing yourselves. Like
they being real thirsty out here for these tickets.
It's
parlays.
It's sad, fam. So if you posting your parlays, fam, stop doing it because you embarrassing yourself. And what they did was they made sports gambling seem cool and appealing, like especially to younger people. So it's like I think they said.
I wonder what demographics they targeted.
Yeah.
Well, you already.
Well, every urban podcast I listen to got a Prize Picks promotional code, so you know who they targeted.
It's interesting.
He said that's interesting. So what you saying, Kendall? It sounds like race is involved. Is that what you're saying?
There you go.
they saying like I think between 2 and 4 million people now they said have a gambling addiction.
2 to what?
2 to 4 million people have a gambling addiction.
Yeah, bro. I never fuck with gambling because I don't like losing money. Like that's always like I'll play a couple slots if I'm in Vegas, but I like earning. I don't like losing money, man. And it's just too risky for me. I'd rather bet on a sure thing. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm spending $40. Give me $40, all $5 bills. Once they're gone, we can head right on out.
Yeah. My Trey, so wonderful
for
you to join us at this time. When we talking about prize picks and DraftKings, bro. Here you go. See, this is why I didn't want to. We got Trey back signing right now, and I think he offered his diva shit, talking about I'm gonna piss him off.
I think Trey partake in sports betting. Trey,
that's what I was trying to ask him. Don't you participate? Are you addicted to gambling?
No, absolutely it is. I had to take a few days off. I'm serious. Hey, listen. Hey, Kendall and Leslie, $25 won me $1,200. I ain't stopped since.
Lord,
that's
I would have quit and never looked back.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen. No, it's so addictive. I really had to take a few days off because I'm betting like every day. Yeah.
Okay.
It is addictive.
Keep it up. If you're winning, go for it. But if you're losing, set your ass down.
So which side of this shit is we on? Is we on the side where we shouldn't be gambling, or the side that we should be gambling? Because Trey made it sound like it was worth it.
I mean, I'm not a gambler. Like I don't think that's the problem. I think is they being almost predatory in the way that they advertising it and putting it out there because it's so easy to do. Like. You literally just go in there and you could just bet whatever. Like you could bet on anything. You could bet on if a nigga trip on the court and fall.
That just reminded me. I got something to play. Go ahead, Trey. Say what you was gonna say.
Hey, Blaze ain't lying. Like you can bet anything, any sport, anything. You can combine like hockey with the basketball game. Like, you know what I mean? Like this player gonna score this many goals. LeBron gonna hit 3 threes, like it's super.
And I think when it comes to stuff like this, like the legalization of sports betting, the legalization of marijuana, like it's all about the money behind it. Like these states make like so much money in taxes and all of this stuff, and that's the bottom line, man. They don't give a fuck what you motherfuckers spend. They don't care about y'all addictions, y'all problems. They like where the money at.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, let me
like everything else.
Let me play this video right quick. This is a clip from SNL. This shit is hysterical.
He was on the verge of losing everything. His house, his family, his entire life.
And now you can bet on exactly how he'll lose it all
with Rock Bottom Kings.
It's the only app that lets you take prop bets about how your degenerate gambler friend is finally going to hit rock bottom.
Will it be goes double or nothing on a random WNBA game?
Or bets his child's college fund on the coin toss?
And when your friend is desperate for cash, you can bet on what his lowest moments will be. Will he take out a life insurance policy on his own mother? Will he set up a fake GoFundMe that says he has leukemia? And what will he sell first? His PS5 or his kidney?
And you can build a parlay about everything that could happen to him. Divorce, marries rich old widow, arrested for elder fraud, and fakes his own death, but is immediately caught when he uses an app to gamble.
With Rock Bottom Kings, you'll feel like you're in the game. The game of your friend versus his horrible.
everything.
Oh,
His house,
shit.
his family.
But
his
anyway,
entire
that was
life.
Rock Bottom Kings. That was.
Hey, that's I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey, dog, betting on if your friend is gonna lose his house and lose his kids' college fund is hysterical. we did have a caller. Let me chime in. Let me tap in right quick. Well, I guess I don't got to call him because they wanted me. But I'm gonna call now.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, DraftKings King? hey, but we got you. We get you live on the show. All the listeners out there, this is our good brother, friend of the show, Justin. How you doing, brother?
Not too bad. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. But you want to chime in on this topic?
Hey man, I wholeheartedly agree with the Brown.
He don't like that name, dog, and he in the mood today, so you might want to change that up.
I heard him. Hey, dog, threatened to leave and never come back.
Hey, Justin, I'm tired of Jerome. He be handling me, don't he, Blade?
No.
Hey, dog, listen, dog. You sounded like Mr. Turner, dog. You was like, fuck the goddamn shit.
Hey, with that terrible audio he came on the show with, like in the middle of the show, a live stream too. But go ahead though.
Hey, he sounded like hey, remember Mr. Turner was like, fuck the goddamn shit.
All right,
that was Munchie, bro. That was Munchie.
He angry, dog.
That was
Justin. Yeah. Don't tell me you in Walmart right now. I ain't got time for your bad signal. You gonna get cussed out too.
Huh?
I said, don't tell me you in Walmart right now. I ain't got time for your bad signal. You gonna get cussed out too.
Oh no, bro! I ain't at Walmart. I'm at the crib actually, just doing some paperwork.
Okay.
Listening to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying my Sabbath day.
Good. It's a Sunday, bro.
It's Sunday.
The Sabbath day.
the Sabbath. Oh, okay.
What the fuck you thought I said? The Saturday?
Yeah, I was like the Saturday.
Am I Pootie Tang? Nigga? Do I sound like Pootie Tang?
Saturday. He said every day Saturday to him.
Yeah, bro. You definitely sound like that. All right, Doc. What'd you have to say on the topic though? Before we get to
it. On the topic,
yes,
though,
sir.
That's very, very, very addictive. The casino actually is like 5 miles from my house, and I frequent it daily, like it's my girlfriend. I'm sick of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Always being one thing short on my parlay. I'm not gonna forgive him for that. DeMonte Sabonis had 9 assists the other day when I could have won $28K off a $10 bet. All he had to do was have a triple-double. He had 9 assists after having 4 in a row. I, like Montre, too, have won $2,500 and $3,200 off $5 bets, so I'm not going to stop, okay? And
hey, some like when it's like $20, $25, $10, like you spend that just on accident. You know what I mean? Like, and you can win that type of money. I put 50 in there the other day. It said 5,000. They wouldn't let me do the bet, man. I was so upset.
Hey, bro, listen. They'll get, and like Blaze said though, like you really can bet from anywhere, bro. It's so convenient. It's like, and the power of convenience is very tricky, bro. Like it really is, bro. I'm telling you, like that especially if you win in and you're having a good time and you just and I think like Montre just said, it's just like. You know that you can spend that money doing something else.
Did you pay yourself?
Like, why not?
Did you pay your cell phone bill this month?
You trying to get rid of this?
No, I just want to make sure you ain't using your cell phone money to gamble with. That's I want to make sure you. I want to make sure you ain't got an addiction. I'm gonna make sure you good.
No, bro. I'm not hurting in the financial department.
Oh, okay.
So I just wouldn't do it if it was hurting me.
Yeah. I just want to make sure, bro, that your mental health is all good, and I'm checking in on you. That's all, bro.
Guess what though? Like, hey, look, this is a good thing too because I haven't drank Hennessy like 2 months or almost.
Okay.
So
okay.
I mean,
you gave up Hennessy to gamble.
Hey, that's all I'm saying. Spend that Hennessy money on them bets.
You gave up Hennessy to gamble.
Man, I'm trying to win, try not to sin. Hey, what's the lesser of two evils?
Hey, what did Nas say? He said instead of saying "fuck tomorrow," that buck that bought a bottle could have hit the lotto.
Lotto, hello,
Right.
hello.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It might be a good thing, but anyway, I just want to make sure that my friends don't turn into degenerates.
I'm
Yeah,
up
nah.
overall. The NBA.
You said what, bro?
Yo, shit.
I'm up overall.
Okay, you got it, Blaze. Go ahead.
I said I'm up overall on the bets, but the NBA is terrible to bet on.
Bro, listen,
It's too many.
but
It's too many blowouts, and people don't do what they're supposed to be doing. So,
and you know that like
do it at your own risk.
Yep, and the blowouts be the gift and the curse because you could bet something on one player that you know is going to get these numbers usually, but they up 30, that player's not playing.
He out the game.
Not playing.
So now you lost.
So now you lost, man.
Hey, you doing real life technical paperwork. Like you really gotta like who they playing. No, they real good. They wing defenders real good. I don't know if he gonna get this 35.
Nah, bro.
Hey,
it's
you
so
really
serious.
you be sitting there coaching.
Trey addicted,
dog.
Yeah. Him and Justin, bro. They won't admit it.
Hey, we gonna have an intervention,
bro.
y'all.
Nah, bro. Listen, dog. I'm telling you, bro. I've been betting on hockey, dog.
They
I know
did say
hockey
they were
now.
addicted.
He said he been betting on hockey. I told you. Listen, I didn't even know a hockey player name. They said, "Hey, this hockey player gonna score 2 goals, and Steph Curry gonna score 30. We'll give you 10,000 for this $20."
Hey, I bet on EuroLeague soccer, bro. I don't even know who them teams was. The odds was just crazy. I was like, "Fuck it." Oh, come on,
Hey, Kendall, you see how easy propaganda works? They got him, dog. They fucking got him.
Hey, what though? Hey, guess what else I learned about casinos though?
Credit 10 years ago.
Y'all stupid, man.
Guess what else I learned about casinos though? Like during hockey and shit. I mean during soccer, like all the little.
Listen to the passion in his voice, listeners. Listen to it.
No, I'm just saying though, the casinos have to pay out for hockey and soccer. They have to. I found that out. So if you 9 times out of 10, if you bet on those sports, 8 times out of 10, I should say, you'll probably win, man. That's just a little fun fact.
Well, listen.
Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know.
Well, listeners, thank y'all for attending AA for Gamblers Anonymous. But man, listen, I Justin, I appreciate you calling in on this topic, bro. But we got to segue into something else, bro, because I ain't got all day. I would love to talk to you about 3 hours about DraftKings, but we ain't got all day, brother.
Hey, when y'all go into sports later, tap me in.
I sure will, brother.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
You too, fam.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Listen, I see why. Now y'all see why radio shows keep you to like 30 seconds, right? Because we was about to have a whole AA meeting. Hey, Leslie, it's your.
Yes.
Are you up?
I'm here.
Are you ready to rock?
Bro.
All right, let's rock and roll then. So, the topic that you want to introduce to us was our good sister Drea Michelle. She is pregnant by a 22-year-old NBA player, and it's yours.
Yeah, what's the little boy name? Jalen Green. He's 22, the same age as her oldest son. So, social media has been in an uproar. More so, Black women are really upset, and they feel like she's giving predator vibes. And if it was their 22-year-old son, it would take Jesus Christ to get them off of her, and all of this, that, and the third. Me personally, a 22-year-old can't do nothing for me. So that wouldn't even be an option. That's just me though. But I mean, to each his own. I guess they're both quote unquote grown, consenting adults. But I do think that that's a little creepy though, because he is the same age as your son. Like, if nothing else, have some respect for your son, because this my house. How you gonna bring this nigga in and we the same age? He can't tell me a bitch ass thing. So I feel like that's gonna cause conflict with her son. So if nothing else, have respect for your son. Have fun with the little boy, do y'all thing, but to get pregnant by him and really be in a relationship, I think that's just a little tacky.
Let me ask you a question. Again, what if her son don't live with her though?
It doesn't matter. He's still the same age as your son. That's disrespectful to your son. How do you think your son? Okay, just think about it now. your son got friends. Now all the friends' mama like, damn, my son was over there. Was she plotting on my son? Y'all can't go around her. She like 22-year-olds. Like, you know what I'm saying? That can affect your son negatively. You again think about your son. If nothing else, he's the same age as your son.
Mm-hmm. I'm with
Have
you.
respect for your child.
Mm-hmm.
That's my whole thing. So
yeah, it's 100% tacky. But what I ain't gonna go there. It's tacky as hell. Because I know if the roles were reversed, we would be judging this with a whole nother lens. So it's 100% tacky.
that's definitely one of those double standards for sure.
As
But
we should too.
Right.
I still feel like a grown man in his 40s has nothing in common with a girl in her 20s. I don't give a damn how grown you think or how legal it is. Y'all have nothing in common. And that's just weird to me. And I'm going to always stand behind that. I ain't going to just do y'all thing. Whatever. It's just not my cup of tea. And my kids, I'm not allowing that shit to happen with mine. I don't care what nobody say. Mine ain't doing it.
I agree with you, Sid. I just want to know, have y'all seen Drea? Has anybody
I mean,
seen Drea?
she is an absolutely beautiful young lady. Like, I like Drea. I mess with her, but I just think she's
as somebody who's been a 22-year-old young man before.
and that's the double standard. That's the double standard. About. Yeah. Like,
it is a double standard. You're absolutely right. But I was fucking grown women at 22, so like I'm sure y'all was too. So
right,
like,
right.
And they
wasn't Drea. They wasn't Drea though.
Also too though, they live in that celebrity life. They don't live in the same space and lifestyle that we do. You get what I'm saying? Her son probably love him because he just like dude. He hoop. You know what I mean? Like he worked for a couple.
That's what I was gonna say.
No, I'm just saying though, they have a whole different lifestyle. Like,
but her son, you're not going to be comfortable with your mama bringing a man in the house that's your age, talking about this my man, and y'all the same age, and you're not her man.
Yeah,
you're her son. The fuck.
All I'm trying to tell you is they live in a whole different lifestyle. Shit that's to us is really weird. That's why we call it Hollywood and all of that shit. So they
whether it's Hollywood, Jollywood, whatever, it's still wrong and it's creepy.
All I know is all these women who've been historically promiscuous. I guess I'll use that word. All these women who've been historically promiscuous have done a wonderful job rebranding and going and picking up a young dude. I like Superhead. She got one of the most famous chefs in New York. Just had a child by him. She didn't even go by Superhead or Corinne Stephan anymore. She got a whole new name. She didn't completely rebranded, but she got her a young dude as well. So this is definitely on trend. It wouldn't surprise me if we start seeing. I think Cher was another one did it. Madonna did it. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. One thing that I don't agree with Trey on is like yeah, I might have knocked, in my 20s, I might have hit somebody in their 30s or whatever, but I wasn't having no baby with him, and it wasn't nothing long term. And
no, I didn't. That's not what I said though.
What you said was they live in a different world than us, and I said I'm disagreeing with.
No, they do, because you don't hear any of the celebrities talking about.
I still don't agree with the shit though. That's what I'm saying. I don't agree with the shit. Like nigga, you can't. I don't care how you justify it. I don't agree with the shit.
What I was saying is I didn't agree with it. I was just saying that that's just
okay.
That's why it's weird to us. You said that I agree.
Yeah,
with it.
Thank you.
That's all I was saying before you got super.
Thank you for clarifying it. But what I was trying to say is I still don't agree with this bitch dating this 22-year-old. I don't agree with that shit. So. It is what it is.
No, I didn't agree neither.
Okay, good. Thank you. You didn't say that. You made it sound like you was justifying it because they in Hollywood.
No, I think everybody else got it, but you didn't get it.
Okay, did it? Was that what y'all took from that as well? That he disagreed with it? Okay, good.
I just feel like case in point that they live in a different world.
Right.
Yeah, that's all. That's it. I'm not a celebrity, so I don't live in that world, so I can't agree.
These sick ass celebrities need to get to some reality, because that's what's wrong with y'all. That's why you niggas is catching cases 20 fucking years later after y'all done fucked around with some goddamn 19-year-old woman and fucking groomed her into some bullshit. That's why y'all catching these charges, because y'all niggas is sick. So I don't give a fuck what kind of world they live in. So anyway, moving right the fuck along, because I'm getting pissed off. Fucking what happened last week with fucking Facebook being out and shit?
Hey, wait. I thought somebody. Hey, wait.
No, I
thought somebody had hacked me, child. I thought I had got hacked, child. I'm like, damn, I just felt like I was just getting my little page off, and I'm getting my little stuff off. And I'm like, damn. So I had text Christy. I'm like, girl, I think somebody done hacked my damn Facebook. This fool talking about I think somebody hacked me too. I said, girl, it's a damn outage then. Because both of us did not get hacked at the same damn time.
Hey, listen, I was refreshing the fuck out of my IG feed, like what the hell, and then it just logged me off because I was trying to upload some shit for the podcast. I was like, damn, what the hell happened? I thought it was another China attack because China got AT&T.
I ain't even listened to y'all said something.
Yeah, China got AT&T a couple weeks ago, so I thought they was after Meta this time.
I don't know my passwords, so I was really hoping and praying. I'm like, Jesus, I don't know. No passwords. Please, God. Please, Jesus.
Hey, fam, that's how you know. Listen, if if our iClouds go down, we are fucked. Because I was thinking the same thing. Like, damn, I don't know none of my passwords. Like, hey, can you please send me what was it the forgot password link? Please send me that Facebook because it's bad. It's all bad out here.
Yeah, it was a little devastating. I ain't gonna lie. So when this shit happen in real life, we're gonna be screwed because it's gonna happen in real life. I feel like it was just a little test run to see how ignorant folks was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like something is brewing in the pot. I don't know. I could be too woke or whatever the case may be, but something is brewing in the damn pot, and some shit is going to go down.
CyberSec, what was your thoughts on this? He don't know his name. Kendall. What was your thoughts on the Meta?
I didn't even hear what you said. Your shit was chopping up.
Oh, my bad. I called you CyberSec. I said CyberSec. What was your thoughts on this?
CyberSec. You about to your big ass rib. live on YouTube.
It's all good. We can do it. I'm already gonna cuss Trey out like the arguments we have in real life. So,
paid up
for no reason. Keep going, Kendall.
My bad. What was your question though?
No, I just asked like, what do you think about the Meta and the Facebook outage? What like the outage? Like, I mean, it's because this is happening more often. Do you think that was just some glitch in the matrix, or like what are your thoughts on it? That's all I was asking.
I don't know. I don't know. I think there's like some levels of like cyber attacks and things like that. I do think that sometimes like they also have users in their organizations that be fucking up, and then stuff does go haywire or an outage does happen. You know what I'm saying? But it could have been a cyber attack. We don't know. I didn't honestly look into it myself just to kind of like research it, because like, to be honest with you, I didn't even realize that there was an outage until y'all said something, because I just haven't really logged into Facebook that much, and then I don't really have an IG account like that, so so I didn't even know until y'all said something. But yeah, I could definitely see it being like some level of an attack, or at least a spoof. You know what I'm saying? Just to see if they can get into their system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you want to put them past it? Because I don't think did Facebook ever address it initially. I mean, after the fact.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, if they haven't, then yeah, I mean, you can definitely.
What they gonna say?
I mean, some companies
we glitched it. It is what it is. What y'all gonna do about it?
No, well, some companies are honest about it. Like T-Mobile, shit, they always getting hacked. So they get hacked every goddamn quarter, and they are honest about it. So I'm not saying some companies wouldn't lie, but yeah, for the most part, they'll keep it real. Especially if stuff is like held hostage. If there's like ransomware, things like that, like to where they basically say, hey, we ain't gonna give you access to your system until you give us 60 million. You know what I'm saying? So you have to probably pretty much tell the news like, okay, well, shit, your shit been down the last, like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that Facebook was experiencing something like that, but I'm just saying like some companies do, have to at least explain what's going on at that time. If they're experiencing cyber attacks such as that. So, but who knows? We'll see. It's gonna come out at some point if it was one.
And I hope that's not the case. I mean, it's not really. I wouldn't call it scary, but it is concerning because we're starting to see this kind of more like happen more and more often. So, but I really hope that's not the case. I hope it ain't no cyber attacks because it don't seem like it seemed like they've been successful. If that's the case, that's what I'm trying to say. So I hope it ain't that. But moving right along, have y'all seen the latest trend on TikTok? We done with the 90s. They are the what do they call them? The millennials, the Gen Zers. What do they call them? What is this generation called?
Gen Z.
The Gen Zs. They're attacking 90s basketball, and they said they done with it. They think the 90s cast was trash. So they saying LeBron is the GOAT, and these 90 cats is trash. He said they weren't playing against no all defensive teams. No, they weren't playing against great defense. Nothing. I know y'all seen the trend. Don't get quiet now because y'all have had a lot to say.
I'm not getting quiet. Go ahead. I'm just saying, like, are you gonna base it off of anything? Because I'm just waiting for some actual information. Like,
well, the whole thing is they've done the work. All you got to do is go watch the videos and.
But what's the work though? Like, what's some of the comments?
They showed a clip of a Bulls game,
and Jordan hit the side of the backboard,
and Jordan shot his shot and hit the side of the backboard. They was like, "We can't." They was like, "This nigga trash."
Okay.
So that was one, and then they showed Jordan smoke a layup in an All-Star game. Just stuff like that. Then they showed Jordan stats in one of the finals game, and they was like, LeBron is scoring this right now in the finals, like all that type of stuff. They just basically kind of just overlaying stats and whatnot. So sorry about that feedback, y'all, but they overlaying stats and whatnot, and it's some validity in some of the stuff they saying. Now I don't agree with everything because, like I said, you can always pull up lowlights of any NBA player, and it's gonna look like some of the wildest shit in the world, but I think it's some accuracy to they saying, because basically what they're also saying is like modern day athletes, like just regular guys are as good, which we've said before, that a lot of these young cats, the way they train, the way they condition, everything, they are really good, and you get to see that when you see them outside of the NBA or if they go down to the G League or whatever. Like Kemba Walker is over in China scoring like 50 points right now, right? That's kind of some of the stuff.
Thomas just came back. He scored like 30 something in his G League debut.
Yeah. So yeah,
hey, y'all think Jordan got DraftKings?
Jordan definitely got DraftKings. Jordan definitely got DraftKings.
You know he betting.
Jordan definitely got DraftKings, dog. That was so out of left field, dog. I didn't even know.
Right.
Hey,
Kyrie.
Hey, dog. Hey. Jordan definitely got DraftKings.
Hey, I really want to hear what Kendall got to say.
So I guess I'm just trying to, like, are we talking about defensively? There's more skill too, or
no?
Because I mean, today's defense is.
What they were showing was what a lot of these players were showing was that
I mean, at least the games were competitive, though. You know what I'm saying? Like today, it's just like.
I think that lends to the rules, though. But what they're saying is that
like there's offensively, like there's no, because you can't touch anybody,
right? And what they were saying is in the '90s that we say like that was the golden era for defense. That's what they always say, as old heads say, was that the golden era for defense.
I don't think the '90s was ever the golden era of defense. I think it was more so '70s and '80s, like when the pace was different, because they used to score 140 points as well. So, but I think the defense was more so that time period. I think that Jordan was just head and over heels better than a lot of other players just because of his level of his game. But I think that's how that always is when you're a generational player. LeBron was like that in certain aspects as well. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, because like I think if you insert Jordan in today's world, like what?
Yeah, and that's the same thing they were saying about LeBron. They were saying if you put LeBron in the '90s, it would be a wrap. And
well, he's 6'8", 240. So yeah, I mean, no denying that. But like, is he gonna get? I mean, it's just the level of dominance. Like, how much dominance are you gonna do at that time period when you're on top of things? You know what I'm saying? Because it all takes a certain level of progression before you just start dominating.
Right.
The only player that had that luxury was Kobe.
Yeah.
You know, because he had Shaq.
Right.
So he was able to just kind of freelance and learn. You know what I'm saying? And like. Be dominant the way that he needed to be as like a more of a weapon, but it didn't necessarily matter just because they was going to win those games anyway. You know what I'm saying? So he was able to craft his game in a different type of element. But generational players, for the most part, they didn't have no time to do that. They had to learn as they went, just like a LeBron. It took him, 3 years, three years, I think.
Yeah, to become the LeBron that we know now, where he's like, because like I said, what I thought it was. LeBron already came in the league knowing how to get other players involved. Jordan came in the league like, I'm just going to bust your ass. I'm going to score 60 points if I got to, 70 points every game I got to just to kick your ass. But LeBron came in the league like with the skill set and with the knowledge that, hey, I'm going to pass this ball. I'm going to get everybody involved. You know what I mean?
He was a point guard.
So it was just two different approaches to the game. But once LeBron,
Jordan was more of a weapon, and it wasn't until he had a coach like what's my man name? damn, what was
You ain't
his
talking about
not
Doug.
his
What's
first
called
coach?
Doug?
Not Phil Jackson,
You
but
talking
the
about
coach
Doug?
before him.
Kyle, what's his name? Doug? It's
I can't remember,
I can't
but
remember
he
his name
basically
either.
was telling them, bro, like we know you can get 35, but you got to bring these points down because you got to put more trust in your players. You know what I'm saying? And that was when he started winning. Once he started to do that, and once he started to give the ball over to a Pimpin or BJ Armstrong or not Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr was later. John Paxson, things like that, where they were sharing the ball and all that other shit. But he led the even in his first finals, he led the both teams in assists. You know what I'm saying? Even over Magic
Collins.
Johnson. He just don't care. Whatever was needed to win was whatever to be done to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Like when you talking about those types of players, that's what generational players do, and that's what LeBron started to do later in his career. Once he learned how to win from a finals perspective, when he went over there to Miami with D Wade, he was able to learn how to win.
Yeah,
in that perspective.
But
And
let's get back to the trend though. We done with the 90s.
No, but that's what we was talking about.
Yeah.
You brought up them niggas, not me. I'm going off of what you saying.
Yeah, because that's just basically what they was. I'm
wherever direction you want to take it, it's fine with me.
No,
I'm just still trying to understand what the. I mean, I guess
you must didn't look at the videos, the TikTok.
No, but I'm just saying based off the videos that you just said. Like, I mean. I guess. I mean, I don't really know. Like, I don't really know what the. I guess other people need to chime in and give me like their take on it, but I don't really understand the premise.
There you go, Kyrie. There's your end right there.
Hey, look, all the Jordan slander didn't start till the LeBron steroid allegations came out. LeBron fans is undefeated, the weird ones. And they just started making all these videos about Jordan breaking shots. It's hilarious though. Every player misses shots. But I just think it's funny because it's like, again, to Jerome's point, there are some very valid points out there. But I think the whole purpose that they started doing these videos anyway is because people give LeBron a lot of hate for losing. And they just basically trying to point out it's a team game. Not one person can do everything. So that's why they just putting Jordan out there on a pedestal. Like some dude mentioned, Jordan lost 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, or whatever before he won his first championship because he didn't have a good team. He didn't have good coaches. And basically that's kind of what LeBron was
doing. He was getting thrashed, just like Magic Johnson. They used to call the nigga Tragic Magic. When you're that top nigga and you're losing, they gonna get your ass. Only nigga they gonna give grace to is Larry Bird.
Hey, what'd you say, Kendall?
Hey.
I wonder if race is involved.
There you go. Come on, man.
hey, but Rome, I'm gonna play devil's advocate though. The players now, like I'll go back to the what we was talking about earlier on the pod. Dre and Michelle's baby daddy. You can put him in the 90s, right? You can put him right now who he is in 1992, bro. He averaged 30, bro. You can't do nothing with him.
I agree with you. I mean,
that's more so what them videos were showing. They was like, they were even breaking down schemes, like defensive schemes, like, hey, this is the defense that they were going against. In the 90s is when all of those downhill players started coming into the league. You know what I mean? That's when you start getting the Penny Hardaways and the Kobe Bryants and the Allen Iversons. And those were the players that were really getting off. The ones that went downhill instead of side to side. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about just the talent of what we have now in the NBA. Of course, they ain't holding no defense. This is the rules. They want these high scoring games. So that's not happening. But these athletes ain't even – the athletes in the 90s don't compare to what we have now, bro.
I agree with
that.
The
moves that they can do and stuff like that, you can really throw a player in there, bro, and he'll probably be an all-star. Depending on the 90s, to me, was more mentality, right, how you work. And that's really what puts Jordan up here. Because, like, if you watch Kobe Bryant, bro, he's a more fluent Jordan. But it's up here, though. You know what I mean? Right. Jordan is probably the number one ultimate competitor, bro. And it's like, you watch some of these players now that's young, they don't have that. You know, you see Zion right now giving you like 14, 16 a game. Like why? You know what I mean? Like it's
3, 4 rebounds.
Yeah, but I do believe if you put them in the 90s though, they dominating, bro. Like them 90s players can't hold them. It's a few.
Okay, so they're just basically saying you can insert these players now back then. Okay, well, I mean, I can agree with that.
They're gonna
be
better,
talent,
but that's just evolution, though. Yeah, that's evolution.
That's just, and that's all based off of Jordan, right? I mean, that's why the game got astronomically better after him. Like after his skill set, players they aspired to be a player like him, and then it became a player like Kobe, and then now it's a player like LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like That's where that all came from, and all of them were 20 something.
Mm-hmm. And J Mac is here. He wanted to chime in.
Them brown sexuals is a motherfucker.
What he say?
Them brown sexuals is a motherfucker. I tell you.
Nah, y'all just hate.
Hey, but
That's
what
all
I'm
that
saying
is.
is though.
Y'all just hate. It's
Can I
no way
talk?
you can watch
Can I,
LeBron and be like, man,
hey, can I
like
talk? Can I talk?
this the
Can I
best
talk?
player. This the best player ever made. Go ahead, Justin. I'm on my bad. Let me step off, man. I don't
First of
want to
all,
get
LeBron
snapped
is not the
on
best player I've
again.
ever seen, ever. Like Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Happy belated birthday to him as well. He's the
Gay.
greatest basketball player I ever seen. I love LeBron James. He's fun to watch. Kobe Bryant is the second
No,
greatest
you
basketball
don't.
player I ever
We're
seen.
not letting him lie on unlabeled, bro. No, you don't love
Oh,
LeBron James, dog.
okay,
Like, hey,
okay.
I
Hey,
can accept you saying he ain't the
Jerome, can
goat
you
and
mute him?
all of the hate. I can Justin,
Jerome,
I
can
can
you mute
accept
him
it
so
if
I can
you.
talk?
No, I'm
Hey,
gonna let you
so
talk, but go on record saying, hey, I'm not really a fan of his because we know you're not, Justin,
no,
dog.
bro, I'm not gonna say that. No, you try to make me try to put words in my mouth every year, bro. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not a fucking brownsexual like y'all. He fun to watch. I like watching him play, but he not the GOAT. That's my only issue. Y'all calling this man the GOAT. How the hell can you call this man the GOAT,
Hold,
knowing that you've watched Michael Jeffrey Jordan?
hold on. Hey, look, I'm glad you said that. Kyrie, what do you think, Kyrie, what is your definition of a GOAT, or like give me some parameters that you would say a player.
Greatest of all time.
Right, got it.
What the
Right.
fuck you mean his definition?
What?
There's
No, no,
only
no,
one definition.
Hey, hey,
no.
hey, hey, hey.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, first off, to be the GOAT, man, I break it down in categories: scoring, athleticism, accolades, things like that. So if we comparing that to that, I think LeBron has had the greatest career of any player, but I think Jordan was the best player ever in the NBA just from what he brought to the game as a competitor. But there's nobody ever going to have a career as great as LeBron. He's the all-time leading scorer. Like he the only person with like 40,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, some thousand assists. Like
11,
nobody's ever touching it.
11,000, triple double.
Yeah, average his
But
Right?
that's what
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think. That's exactly what I think too. I just think Michael Jeffrey
Yeah,
Jordan
I
is a
agree with
better
that.
player.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
I
he's
think
got a better
LeBron's
career, but
career.
that don't make him the GOAT.
Yeah, no, he's
He's
not
the
the GOAT.
best.
That's a, see,
I
It's
disagree.
Kyrie just
that's what I
said.
said.
Kyrie just said.
Mhm.
Kyrie just said
You said
he is the
you
GOAT.
agreed last
Michael,
week,
No.
Jerome. So
I'm not just.
we done with this.
Kyrie.
What I like I
I don't
said.
I don't I don't think somebody will play 20 years injury free basketball again. Like he at that
Neither.
level.
Neither.
But
Like
the thing, but
Neither.
no. So here's my thing. The 20. And I'm sorry to cut you off, Justin. The 20 years injury free basketball, like that's cool. But the thing about it is, this
Thanks to
man has
HGH.
not dropped off at all. Like not dropped off in
Well, let's
21
talk
years of
about that.
basketball.
If you took steroids, would you drop off?
All right, and
See,
Allegedly,
which brings me
hey,
to
I'm
thank you.
glad he
Hold
said
on,
that.
wait, stop,
I'm glad he said that.
because that is the next topic on the list right now is LeBron's
allegedly.
PED scandal. So
Hey,
so
let me
Hold on. Can I
let
say
me
something
lead this
before we go
off,
there?
Jerome.
Can I say something before I go there?
yeah.
Before we go there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm just gonna say, like, okay, let's take our brown sexualness
All
out
right,
of
here
this,
we
you
go.
guys. Okay. So let's go. There's only been a couple athletes in the history of niggerdom that have been good with or without steroids. One being, I'm talking about all around sports. Probably just one, maybe. Let's. Who is it, Kendall? Yeah, I'm sure you know.
Barry
Y'all read when y'all
Bonds.
say he me. Exactly. Okay, so
Very
y'all know.
Barry
bad,
Bonds.
sir.
So listen. So now look at A-Rod, right? They saw about A-Rod was a motherfucker without. Look at McGuire. He was a motherfucker, but without him he wasn't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just certain people that and like a lot of football niggas we can say they young, but they never did that there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They never tested for that because you have to be masculine and a certain type of mindset to do that. You know them niggas on steroids. No way they can look like that and not be. LeBron. There's no way that you can tell me that motherfucker is not on HGH. It's like, no way. Look at that nigga's head.
Hey, hey, not to cut Justin off, but Jerome, that's how great he is though. Like, and I don't think that
Oh my
people really
God, Munchie.
understand. I don't think people understand that, fam.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
me and Ron was talking about this. He never was even
Of
my
course y'all
favorite
were.
player. It was Allen Iverson and T Mac. I had no clue why he was getting hated like this, bro. And it made me like this crazy LeBron fan. And I'm like, fam, I'm sitting here arguing players that I like. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like against dude, bro. Because I don't like hate. And that's
Hey,
that
but
y'all
you,
that
but
that
you know
that's
what's
just
so
hating,
funny
bro.
Bro,
about all of
LeBron
this?
is on HGH, bro. What are
Hey,
you
real quick,
talking about?
Nah.
Allegedly,
quick.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
No,
I'm just
God,
gonna say this
he
real
just
quick.
God
Hey,
given.
Kendall,
Sorry,
I'm
Kendall, go
gonna
ahead.
let Kendall chime in, and
I'm
then
just gonna say this real
I'm
quick.
gonna give Kyrie
It's
the
not
next
even
one.
gonna be 10 seconds.
Mm.
All I know is Trey is gonna text me in about within 2 to 3 weeks, and he gonna be like, "Man, I just saw some Michael Jordan highlights. He's the greatest basketball player I've ever seen."
I'm gonna tell you something. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I'm gonna tell you something. And let me say
That's
something on
it.
that before we go to the next one. My son, bro, was 12 years old, bro.
Nice.
11 years old. He watched the fucking Last Dance because they never seen this. They Jordan to kids now. Let's put this in perspective. It's a brand. It's kind of like True Religion and Guess, all that shit to us was.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan is just a brand of them. They hear about the GOAT and shit. They see highlights, but they don't get it. When that man watched the Last Dance, it just changed his whole perspective. And this is like that's how
That's
good
it.
he is. And they're watching him.
Put Melo,
They're watching
put Melo on the
LeBron.
phone. I don't believe it.
Okay. If this couch potato is
Hey.
if this couch potato ain't sleep, I'm gonna put him on his phone.
All right, dog. Hey, go find
Hey,
him, dog.
dog.
Hey, Kyrie,
Hey,
introduce the next topic to us, brother, please.
and
Okay,
real quick, FYI, I think LeBron's gonna have probably one of the best basketball documentaries ever made.
Mm.
It might even be better than The Last Dance because to what you said of how great his career is and just how long he's been in the league and just to be able to showcase niggas that he done played against and now he playing against their kids, just stuff like that. Like those types of things that they can put in that documentary, I think is gonna be phenomenal. By the way, so they know LeBron. Hey,
Okay.
it's just.
My
I
man.
agree with
There's
that.
only one goat.
All right. Now, Kyrie, next topic, please, before we keep digressing.
Crazy. Hold
Hey,
on,
no, I
I
feel
found
like
Carmelo.
Hold
I
on.
found Carmelo.
Here we go.
Carmelo. This here's Carmelo McAfee. Carmelo McAfee. This is
Hey, Melo.
Yeah,
I got a question for you, sir. Did you watch the Last Dance documentary?
yeah,
Who did that change your opinion on who the greatest basketball player of all time was?
yeah.
Who is the greatest player of all time?
Michael Jordan.
Michael. Listen, dog. Is your daddy there with a belt or something?
Tell him.
Give me them A's back.
See
man.
how
Give
easy,
me them
see how
A's
easy
back.
he said it.
Have y'all seen Carmelo McAfee play basketball?
Yes, we have. I'm just messing with him, bro.
Okay, so you know he got perfect sense. Get out of here.
I just want to hear it. I just want to make sure you weren't there with a belt. Okay. Now.
See how he said it perfectly. Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Yes. Okay. So all right, we'll let the kids have this one. All right, Kyrie, go ahead and introduce the next topic for me, brother. Sorry about that.
Hey, I feel like a second class citizen when I call in. This is what immigration feel like.
Right.
But hey, back to the LeBron PED thing, bro. Allegedly, okay. So what I wanted to bring up is I feel like the media just throwing it under the rug, and I think that's fishy. Just again, using my common sense. I hate Jason Whitlock. I call him Jason Fatlock, Jason Big Lock, whatever you want to call him, bro.
No. Jason Kuhnlock.
Hey, I was definitely finna call him Charlie Oscar November too. But that being said, he had a very good point. He was like, okay, so he's like the LeBron PED allegations and how the biogenesis got swept under the rug and how ESPN and nobody's touching it. It's kind of weird. And of course, his fat ass uses food as a reference, but he's like, that's like me being in the living room, sitting in the living room, my best friend in the kitchen and my brother in the kitchen, and it's McDonald's all over the place. He's like, it's fish fillets, Big Macs, all types of stuff. I think that's his daily order that he get. But anyway, he was like, that's like somebody coming in there and being like, there's no proof that Jason Whitlock had any of this McDonald's. I think that was an excellent reference. Whether LeBron used PEDs or not, I think that people are automatically going to, like give some levity to that. Because one, they're wondering how the hell LeBron James is still doing what he's doing. It's kind of weird. And then two, anytime that the media shies away from something, there's probably some truth to it. Look at the what's that dude in OKC that was messing with them little girls, and we haven't heard anything from it since because it's damaging to the NBA brand.
Giddy.
Josh
Josh
Giddey.
Giddey.
So
Yeah.
Lock his ass
he,
up.
right.
I wonder why that
and
is.
Giddy couldn't get me 15 points last week.
That's interesting.
Hey Kendall.
He
Sounds
can
like
get you a
what?
15-year-old, but he can't get you 15 points.
Here's that racism.
That part right there, Blake.
Hey, and to piggyback on what Kyrie is saying though, I don't give a fuck what LeBron is using. I was watching basketball the other day, and they started saying something about KD, LeBron. The era's coming to an end. Until I saw Anthony Edwards, I wasn't ready for that to happen.
Me either.
So I don't care. I don't care what LeBron is doing. I don't care what anyone is doing. I think everyone should do what he's doing, and I feel like as long as we can keep these dudes in the league a little longer, at least till my son is like 18, I'll be fine with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'll be fine with that.
I'm glad you said what you said because for me it was Anthony Edwards, Wembayama. It was Wembayama. Sorry, I messed up the name. Wembayama, and it was one other player I can't think of right now that was like, Shea Gilgeous. Shea Gilgeous. Yep, Shea Gilgeous.
What about Luka? Luka only like 24.
Luka looks 72, so I'll be forgetting, and he white, so he only got like 5 more years in the league. So like, so he but you're right, Luka. I fuck with Luka too. But what he's saying is
and Ja Morant.
And Giannis to a certain extent. But I don't.
We forget about Ja though.
But more so what I mean is from an optic standpoint and a marketing standpoint. Like I was kind of like, damn, who's gonna pass the buck? But Wemby, Shea, Anthony Anderson, I think they a good brand for the league. Not so much Ja because all the controversy you've been through over the years. But Giannis, Shea, like I said, Luka. I think they're good. I think that it's a good brand for the league, and the league is in good hands with them because that boy Anthony Edwards is something else, fam. He is a dog.
I know,
a dog. Like
he really strong competitor, and I know the NBA said about Mariah Mills and company because really Zion was supposed to be in that conversation, but it just he don't like basketball.
Yeah, so
he in that conversation though when he played though.
He like food and hoes.
But Anthony Edwards, man, is like he just played. He plays the basketball that is like missing, like that shit that where it's just like, dog, if you put this ball in his hands, bro, this game is over. Like you just don't really see that no more like that. Like and you just know that shit is going in. Like as soon as it go up, you like, yep, that shit about to go in. Like,
and I like that he don't back down to them older.
He does not, bro. Like even that game when he blocked that last minute or last second fourth quarter layup, bro. Like they showed throughout the game like how he fell like a couple different times and hurt himself and like had to get like he walked off the court. Yeah. Like they walked him off the court like 2 or 3 times. Every time he just kept coming back in the game, bro, and just like willing them through the rest of the game, bro. Like there was just no way he was gonna lose that game, bro. Like you just don't see that shit no more like that.
Well, Kendall,
Anthony Edwards is who
really good.
Jimmy Butler think he is.
Thank you.
Right. Hey, but it's good.
I think the league in good hands with the young players.
What you say, Trav? My bad. I couldn't hear you.
I said it's a good thing he's not 6'9", 240. So.
That would just be unfair.
I mean, but then we'd be hitting them with allegations of PEDs trying to tarnish his legacy.
Well, nah, we ain't saying that.
Mm-hmm.
No, not you.
No, I do. I do think. I mean, like I said, bro, I do think there's some level of something. I mean, if you brought up in these lists, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that does need to be.
Let's just think proper
where there's smoke, there's fire.
That does need to be something that's investigated. But again, you know how I feel about Barry Bonds. I think Barry Bonds is the greatest baseball player ever. But
he should be in the Hall of Fame.
And he had what? How many? He had I want to say 4 or maybe 5, maybe 6 MVPs before he was like quote unquote allegedly on steroids. You know what I'm saying? So like it don't necessarily take nothing away from who he is as a player. I wouldn't even take like say if I had LeBron at number 1, I wouldn't be like, oh no, because that nigga on steroids, I'm taking him off number 1. I just still feel steroids or not.
Well, no, you're not a LeBron hater though. You know what I'm saying? Like so, like the LeBron haters are absolutely going to use that as far.
Oh, okay, I see. Oh, you talking about because okay, my bad. You're basically talking about the topic. The topic,
absolutely. Like even now, he sprained that ankle. He not playing the next day. He done, fam. He really 39, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, he really just wanted to go watch Bronny play
sometimes it's God given. Sometimes it's God given.
Hey, but you know, I used to make fun. You know, I used to talk shit. Like, remember we used to watch games together, and I see him roll his ankle. He'll go sit down, or go do some stretches for a few seconds. Come back in the game. Right. You know, I used to say it like that nigga on steroids.
Hey, look,
gotta be. Yeah.
Hey, listen.
But like for them to say that he on steroids.
That nigga has ankles of steel, bro.
Hey,
listen.
PED stand for? What does PED stand for?
Performance enhancing drug, Justin. We all know. But anyway, but listen, we Justin,
we're just saying it is what it is.
We've been on this for about 40 minutes now, bro. Listen, I would love to do this all day with y'all. But listen, but listen, man. This is what Unlabeled is for everybody who's not familiar. It's a collaborative effort. I love it's all about me bringing my friends together and we sharing our opinions about the world, politics, sports, hip hop, all that. Right? That's what this is, and that's what this channel is going to continue to grow to. So, like I said, if you want to be a part of the show, join our community. Because like I said, it's ever evolving, it's ever changing, and these shows are just gonna get better and better. Y'all just did make me just realize that we definitely need a weekday sports talk show because y'all was going crazy.
We definitely do.
Yeah, we definitely do. So we gonna have to put something together.
It's only because of y'all blasphemy. You know what I'm saying? If y'all just calm down,
it don't got to be blasphemy. We just don't got to agree. Kyrie, you was trying to say something. What you saying, bro?
Oh yeah, hey, like when the report come out and I'm reading this article and it's like, oh, it was a brown bag with the initials LJ on it. Like, nigga, who else would have that?
It ain't Kyrie. It ain't grandmama. It ain't grandmama, Kyrie.
Hey, look, whether he used it or not, yes, he cold. There's gonna be an asterisk if it's finalized. But nigga, come on, a brown paper bag with LJ, bro. We not talking about Larry.
You know they got bullshit now. You know they got to make it easy.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Cap. I'm calling Cap. Fuck off.
A brown paper bag with LJ on it is some of the niggerish shit. LeBron ain't never got caught cheating on his wife or nothing, but they can find a bag with LJ on there. It could have been Larry Johnson. Okay, it's all good though. I ain't gonna cape for him no more. But listen, man, we got to wrap this thing up. We got 2 hours.
Hey, there's one nigga who hasn't been on the list. Mm-hmm. Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Right, that's because he was doing cocaine. That's why. But
it don't matter what he was doing. He was doing it.
He was on crack, fam. But anyway, listen. I'm about to wrap this thing up. We had 2 hours, fam. This is officially the longest episode of Unlabeled, I think, probably in history. But man, listen, I appreciate y'all, each and every one of y'all for chiming in. Kyrie, Justin, man, I appreciate y'all, brothers. I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all input today on today's episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe if y'all like what we do. We can probably start doing more live, bringing the show back live. We hadn't done this in a long time, and this was actually pretty fun. So I'll probably start bringing the show back live every week. Yeah, man. Like I said, if y'all like what we do, please like, comment, subscribe. Visit the merch link. Download this on the Apple Podcast. We available everywhere. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, we available. Just type in Unlabeled the podcast, and you will see us up there. But man, listen, we appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in, and we will see y'all next week with another episode of Unlabeled the podcast. Peace.
Yeah.
Got it.
Say